And welcome back to Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. We're ready for the Foster Farms Bowl, the Big Ten versus the Pac-12. IU taking on 19th ranked Utah. Now let's join the third member of our team on the sideline, Shannon Spake.
Hey there, Gus. You know, Tom Allen has been on the sideline for decades, but tonight it's the first time he's holding that big clipboard. That's right, it's his head coaching debut, and he wanted to be as prepared as possible. So before the team left Bloomington, he had a mock football game, 4 quarters, as much situation football as possible. In fact, they recreated some specific moments from Indiana's season. You know, Allen told me one thing he is concerned about is managing his time between doing his job as a defensive coordinator, making those adjustments, and actually watching what the offense is doing on the field, specifically in 3 and out and tempo kind of offense. Gus?
All right, thank you very much. So let's check out the 4 keys to the game.
You know, you start with Indiana, and their run game is not quite dominant enough to just line up and face this Utah offense and gain yards on the ground. So they got to throw it to run it. Meanwhile, for Utah, their Achilles heel all season long in those 4 losses, those very close losses to very good teams, were the inability to capitalize in red zone situations. If they can clean that up here tonight, Kyle Whittingham might find himself on the right side of a victory.
In a series that dates back to 1975, Utah leads it 2-1 and won a home-and-home against the Hoosiers in 2001 and 2002 when Kyle Whittingham was the Utes defensive coordinator. Great weather for this game, 55 degrees. Indiana won the toss deferred, so Utah to receive. Damari Simpkin, Kyle Fultz back deep for Coach Witt. Coach Allen got the job on December 1st, his first head coaching college football job. Griffin Oaks will send it away. Indiana, Utah, and we're underway. And this will be Fultz from the 5-yard line. Oh, and he is roughed up, fumbled the ball. Indiana may have it. And they do. Whoa. What a hit on special teams for IU. Number 49, the Gooch. Greg Gooch.
How about that? The defensive lineman, Greg Gooch, comes in and just pops Fultz. The ball comes loose. And Indiana has got a great opportunity here early in this ball game. Gooch is the starting defensive end. 25 tackles on the year, a sack to his credit, and on the kickoff team, down there as a starter, laying the wood.
So IU forcing the turnover on the opening kickoff. Richard Lago from Plano, Texas. He's bounced around, as Joel told us at the top of our broadcast. He's got another year. And now he's got a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Divine Redding is the running back, and they give it to him. Running right, turns a corner with room, stutter step, and goes down to the 9. Tautioli with the tackle. Redding, a very good running back. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in Bloomington.
And certainly no question where they were going to go with their first run play to that right side behind big number 67, Dan Feeney, who's likely the best player in this game when you're talking about NFL draft prospects. He's playing right tackle for the Hoosiers.
Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Lago to throw it. Woodtime dumps it down and incomplete. That ball thrown low for Redding, who was open out of the backfield. What kind of offense does IU run?
Well, we're going to see a fast tempo offense, a little bit of a spread type of offense. Not necessarily what you would consider a Big Ten-esque type of offense, but this is a team with their quarterback Lago that can throw the ball with great efficiency, and they've got to do it right here on 3rd down.
3rd down, 9 at the 10. Lago in the gun. He'll throw it into the end zone. And a flag on the play. Incomplete. Ball intended for Nick Westbrook. And it looks like it'll be interference against the Utes.
It's Reggie Porter over there, 29.
Pass interference on the defense, number 29. A foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Reggie Porter, the senior from Louisiana, 2 interceptions on the year. You see right there, the right arm is all over it. He never turned back to defend the ball and makes contact. And that contact draws the flag. I thought that was an excellent call, a big one for Indiana there, giving them a first down.
First down and goal to the 2-yard line, and they'll give it to Redding, but a flag on the play. Looks like some movement up front.
Prior to the snap, false start, 54, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's the true freshman left tackle, Coy Cronk from Lafayette, Indiana.
And you think he's going to be pretty good?
He's going to be a real good player. He's just young right now, developing, learning how to be an offensive lineman at this level. But he's got a great frame, 6'5", 293 pounds, a 2016 freshman All-American this season.
So they back it up, first down and goal at the 7. Redding remains in the backfield. Over the middle, touchdown IU, Mitchell Page. Mitchell Page, an all Big Ten receiver.
And the fake in the backfield from Lego is going to freeze the safety. He comes down, and that's the player that Lego is reading. He comes down. That's Marcus Williams, terrific safety for Utah. He goes right behind him with Mitchell Page. Mitchell Page, his driver's license says he's 5'8". He'll even admit, Gus, not quite 5'8". But he's a heck of a wide receiver, in particular in the slot.
And a heck of an athlete. Extra point up for Oaks. And it's good. So Indiana capitalizing on the turnover. Some hard hitting going on by the Gooch. And Lego finds the great golfer Page in the back of the end zone. Hoosiers lead it 7-6. Let's go back. Indiana's last win in a bowl game came back in the 1991 Copper Bowl against Baylor. Led by quarterback Trent Green and running back Vaughn Dunbar, the Hoosiers routed the Bears 24-0. And they're off to a terrific beginning.
1991. That is some time right there. That is quite the drought. You're thinking about other Power 5 teams. The longest droughts in the country only date back to 2004 with the University of Colorado. So Indiana trying to erase some dubious history here and earn their first bowl victory since that Copper Bowl win as Gooch gets fired up.
That's right. One reason this Indiana team is playing good football this season is because of this man's defense.
That's right.
And we'll get an opportunity to see them when Utah takes the ball. Folks, the deep man, fumbled it the last time he touched it. And they'll let this one go into the end zone for touchback. So that will bring Troy Williams onto the field. He threw for over 2,500 yards and 15 touchdowns against only 7 interceptions in his first full season as a Division I starting quarterback. Came from Washington, transferred, went to Santa Monica Junior College, lit it up in Santa Monica, and now is finishing up his first full year as the head quarterback for the Utah Utes. First and 10 to the 25, and they'll hand it off. Joe Williams stepping through the hole, and a flag on the play.
Looks like they're going to get a hold on the left tackle here, number 72, Garrett Bowles. First team All Pac-12 performer, junior college player himself, came in. Terrific player, 6'5", 300 pounds.
Holding, number 72 on the offense. Penalty is 10 yards. Replay, first down.
And I see you're starting to get a really great appreciation for offensive linemen now. And as a quarterback, I think that's curious to me.
Well, I see guys like Jared Goff running for their life every Sunday. You know, everything starts up front. It's the only independent position in football is the offensive line. They make everything else go.
First down and 20. Williams to throw it up the sideline and incomplete. No flag on the play, intended for Tim Patrick. Covered defensively by Rashard Fant. Fant, he's a little guy, but he's got a lot of spunk in him.
And these corners for Indiana, Rashard Fant and Tyler Green, number 3, have a huge job ahead of them because this wide receiver, Tim Patrick, has some size, 6'5", 210 pounds, and they like to go down the field, and he gets away with a little hold right there. So the official not quite in position to see that, and Indiana gets away with one early.
Second down and 20 at the 15. And Troy Williams, short pass this time caught, but good tackling in the open field by Fant as he wraps up Kendrick Young.
That's one thing that I noticed out of Big Ten play all season that maybe we didn't see out of some conferences, in particular in the Big 12. Gus was excellent tackling. You know, and Indiana is one of those teams, they've improved drastically over last year to this year in terms of their defensive numbers under Tom Allen, and you see why. They're hustling to the ball and tackling very well.
Third down and 15 at the 20-yard line. Joe Williams lining up in the backfield. Troy Williams to throw it under pressure, steps up in the pocket, wants to run it, has some room. Williams gets to the 30. First down, Utah, as Troy Williams, feet don't fail me now, gets to the 41-yard line, a gain of 21 yards.
You know, sometimes it's not just the block that stones the player, but creating a lane. And watch Joe Williams. He gets just enough of the linebacker, the blitzing linebacker there, Marcelino Ball, that Williams can get around him and finds a lane for a first down. Talking with Troy Williams before this game, he said that he wanted to use his legs more in this bowl game, and he does so there for a first down.
As you take a look at his rushing numbers on the season, 1st and 10 of the 41. Joe Williams is the running back. And they play fake, dumping it, and it's incomplete. Looks like some confusion that time. Evan Moyahi, the tight end, is the intended receiver.
Yeah, ball just out of his reach, but it wasn't going to go anywhere because Jonathan Crawford was right there. Number 9, the safety for Indiana. He's just a sophomore and a really good-looking young player. 65 tackles on the year, 3 interceptions. Incredible instincts, and you saw them there on that play. He was in perfect position if that ball would have been caught.
Second down and 10 at the 41. Empty backfield for Troy Williams. Indiana showing blitz. They back off of it. Williams now dances out of the pocket, throws on the move. Caught at the 35. A 24-yard gain, Damari Simpkins.
Great movement from Simpkins to find the open space. Number 17, inside receiver. He finds the open space, gets back to his wide receiver, and then you got to give Troy Williams a lot of credit as well. Evaded some pressure in the backside, and he was able to get out of the pocket and deliver the ball down the field.
And an injured Hoosier on the field on the far side. Looks like Marcelino Ball, who they are so high on.
And they should be. Just a true freshman, but one of the more versatile players that I've seen on film all year long. It's a very interesting position that he plays for Indiana. They call it the Husky position, which means that he's got to play linebacker at times, sometimes kind of an outside corner, sometimes as a big safety, and he does all of those very well.
The Foster Farms Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Powerade. Hydrate with Powerade and leave it all on the field. Powerade, power through. That's Alcatraz. Boys had a chance to go visit the, I don't know what the right word to say, infamous prison?
I guess it would be infamous, right?
As Marcelino Ball got off the field, walked off by himself. Looks like he's still favoring that shoulder. First down and 10 at the 36 for the Utes. Here's Joe Williams trying to get downhill and does as he slices through the hole and gets inside the Indiana 30-yard line. Mike Barwick with the tackle.
That's where Utah is their best in the run game. You saw the pulling offensive lineman. So that defines the look for Joe Williams. This guy is electric. When he gets a crease, he is gone. We've got another Hoosier actually down. It's 51 Mike Barwick. who's down. But when that look is defined, and so they pull that big guard Isaac Asiata around. Joe Williams is patient enough, and Gus, that's where they really hurt UCLA in a game that you and I were there to call. He had 332 yards. Speaking of
Think about it, is that Utah offensive line. I remember we've called a number of Utah games this year. We called BYU, Utah, that UCLA game, Washington. And there was one week when we called their games and the coaches were mad because the offensive line wasn't playing physical football. So we made them practice in pads all week to get that physicality back.
That's the offensive line coach and offensive coordinator, Jim Harding, right in the middle of the huddle there with the headset on. And he was the one that told us, and that was right before the BYU game, second game of the year. And he didn't like the way that they practiced played in the first game.
And I like guys like 74. Now that's an offensive lineman, Joel Klatt.
That's Uatafe from Euless, Texas. These guys are big up front. Asiata is a second-team All-Pac-12 Morris Trophy Award winner. This dude, they got some serious thunder up front, and they are physical. And Jim Harding called for them to be more physical, and they started to be so. The Morris Award, by the way, is voted on by the Pac-12 starting defensive lineman. So a pure award. Isaac Asiata voted the best offensive lineman in the entire Pac-12.
On 2nd and 2, Joe Williams again chopping up the Indiana defense as he picks up 11 yards. Keontae Walton had to hold on and make the tackle.
You also have to give the tight ends credit. Watch right here as number 18, Evan Moiai, is going to come down. He's going to squeeze, and then he's going to get up to the second level right there. That defines the picture. Williams cuts off of him, and just that amount of space is what Williams needs to get loose and move the chains.
A gain of 8 and a gain of 11 on the last 2 plays. Williams a little tender on the sideline. 1st and 10 at the 17. This time they give it to Zach Moss. And he'll pick up a few. Moss stopped by Patrick Doherty.
It's a good answer drive from Utah. Remember, they had that fumble on the opening kickoff. Indiana takes it in, capitalizes with a touchdown, and now really the first possession that the Utes offense has. And they've been able to methodically move the ball down the field. A very Utah-esque style of drive. 8 plays, taking up some time. Now they've got to capitalize. Remember, the red zone is where they have struggled.
2nd down and 8 at the 15. Looks like Joe Williams is okay. Moss remains in the game. And he'll run it. And Moss lowers his shoulder and gets to the 11-yard line before being dropped. Damian Willis with the tackle for Indiana.
These are the situations that have just plagued Utah. These 3rd and mediums, it's about a long 4 here on 3rd down. And Kyle Whittingham talked about this with us in the meetings. Only 50% red zone TD percentage this season, last in the Pac-12. This is when you need your quarterback to make a play with his arm. Look for Tim Patrick in the slot as Joe Williams is back in the backfield.
3rd down and 5. Troy Williams to throw it. Looking, delivers, and nobody there. Under pressure, Williams unable to complete it. Ralph Green, the 5th-year senior from San Antonio, Texas, in his face.
And again, they falter in the red zone. Solid drive from Utah, and you got to give Indiana's defense a lot of credit. They're able to force a kick here as Andy Phillips will come on the field.
Andy Phillips in to attempt a 30-yarder, a 4-time Lou Groza Award semifinalist. He was 17 of 21 this year with a long of 47. And good. Utes on the board. 7-3. First quarter. Seven to 3, Indiana leading in the first quarter here at the Foster Farms Bowl, and we're pleased to be joined by our rules expert, Mike Pereira, who is Natalie attired in his Michael Strahan gear.
I'm just so happy to be here. You know, I love this bowl.
I know.
2000
on the board for
yeah,
this bowl.
I did. 2002, they started under the executive directorship of Gary Cavalli, built this thing into a great bowl, all dedicated to providing food for those people in need. And I think it's a terrific message and a terrific game.
Well, Mike, I think we are in need of some Michael Strahan gear, and you haven't come, bearing gifts during this holiday season.
Why are you always looking for free stuff?
Because it's free. So Utah kicks it away, and Indiana will start from the 6-yard line. And the Hoosiers get it up close to the 25. And that's Brookings on the return. So Richard Lagow back on the field at quarterback for IU. Throwing the touchdown to Mitchell Page after the turnover on the kickoff. So this Indiana offense, Joel, is it more of a Big 12 type offense?
Not quite. I would say it actually fits really well in the Pac-12, because they can change tempos a little bit. They will run the football. It's really predicated on running the ball with the 1,000-yard back, Divine Redding, but make no mistake about it, Lagow has a big arm, a little underdeveloped as his skills as a quarterback, but a big arm, and he's got some receivers to go down the field.
And he does have another year of eligibility. They'll hand it off. Redding running left. And Redding wrestled down immediately. That aggressive defense led by Tautioli. And Sunia just tracking down the speedy running back.
You can finally tell that Sunia Tautioli is healthy because he's been battling injuries all season long, but tonight you're seeing him play with some real speed at the linebacker position.
2nd down and 13 at the 22. Lagow to throw it under pressure and sack. He may have lost it. Yes, he did. Hunter Demick came screaming around the corner.
As well as Peter Taumuipinu. Watch Big 50. He comes up, and that's where the ball actually comes out. Dimick was there to fall on it and actually recovered it. But this pass rush for Utah gets to the true freshman, Coy Cronk, the left tackle. Peter Taumuipinu, 7 sacks on the year coming into this game, 19 and a half in his career, now over 20. And the defense for Utah makes a huge play here early.
So now the Utes with the football at the Indiana 16-yard line. Utah with 63 takeaways since 2015. Leading the nation. Joe Williams with a block. Joe Williams looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Utes. He's no average Joe, folks. The retiree. He said he wanted 100 yards and 2 touchdowns in his final game.
And I told you earlier, when they start pulling these offensive linemen, that's when Williams is at his best. Isaac Asiata pulls around from his left guard spot, and then Williams, in a man-on-man situation, beats the safety. That's number 9, Jonathan Crawford, and gets to the pylon. Shows that electricity I've been talking about all night.
Andy Phillips in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. 10-7 Utah, the 19th ranked team in the nation. Their defense forcing turnovers. Their offense paying it off. The Foster Farms Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Wendy's new spicy sriracha chicken sandwich for a limited time only. By Foster Farms, the new comfort food. And by Ford, we go further so you can. Joe Williams, you think he'd miss this bowl game?
Well, Joe doesn't quite have the draft stock of some other players that you might be referring to, but no, Joe's not going to miss this last chance to be in a Utah uniform.
Devontae Williams back deep, and he'll bring it out of the end zone. And Williams crosses the 20, gets up to the 22, and folks, we are tongue firmly planted in cheek. Christian McCaffrey, the great running back for Stanford, elected to sit out the Sun Bowl for obvious reasons, and I agree with him 100%. Different story, though, for a man like Joe Williams.
Yeah, see, here's the issue. I know everyone's going to, have an opinion either way, but for players like Leonard Fournette or for Christian McCaffrey, their stock is pretty cemented for the NFL. So all they're going to do is hurt their stock with an injury or so on and so on, getting nicked up. A guy like Joe Williams, he can improve his stock, so it serves a purpose for him to play in a bowl game. Remember, not every decision or player is in the same boat, and we need to allow these players to make pragmatic decisions about their future, which often we're not allowing them to do.
Brookins running the football with room. Gets to the 40, dives forward all the way up to the 44. Talamoa Penu with the tackle after the 20-yard gain.
This run game for Indiana needs to find its footing a little bit so that they can get the pass rush neutralized from Utah. We've seen them now get to Lego, and now we're seeing Indiana with Lego under center trying to establish that run game.
First down at the 43. Brookins again cuts it inside. Boy, did he take a hit. Luafatasanga came out of nowhere.
Wow. Kavika Luafatasanga, just pow. And Brookings stayed on his feet, even continued to move forward. He showed incredible strength there to stay on his feet after that hit.
2nd and 10 at the 43. Brookins remains in the game. Lego over the middle. And incomplete. One thing about this IU team, Joel, you seem like you like the wide receivers.
I really do, and they're trying to hit one of those wide receivers. This time the tight end, Danny Friend, over the middle, but they've got 3 guys that all have close to 50 catches, highly productive on the outside, pretty athletic, and they need to get to him here.
3rd down and 10 to the 43. Lego over the middle, deep, and picked off. No, dropped at the last moment. Chase Hansen. He's a ball hawk in the secondary for Utah.
What a play from Hansen. And he read Lego's eyes the entire way. He's looking for Mitchell Page, number 87 over the middle, and he throws it one way too high for the 5'7" wide receiver, and Hansen almost comes down with it. Really should have come down with it, the sophomore from Highland, Utah.
So Joseph Gideon comes on to punt it away. He's standing at his own 29. Booby Hobbs, the return man at the 20 for Utah. Line drive punt, angled to the far side. Booby Hobbs fields it at the 10. Now he gets up the sideline, cuts it across, still on his feet. And Booby Hobbs finally dropped at the 17-yard line. A 45-yard punt and an 8-yard return. Now Friday night, FS1 has a top 25 college hoops showdown. 2 of the Pac-12's best square off when Elijah Stewart and the Trojans take to the court against Tyler Dorsey and the Ducks. The action tips off Friday night at 10 Eastern on FS1.
We saw that last series for Utah, and they're going to do this tonight. We saw Tyler Huntley, the true freshman quarterback. It's going to be Troy Williams right now, but watch for number 1 to come in and get some snaps as the quarterback. He's a true freshman they're continuing to try to develop here in the bowl season.
On first down, Troy Williams to the sideline. Dangerous pass that's caught by Damari Simpkins as he turns it up and gets out of bounds. A 6-yard gain. Chase Dutra defensively for Indiana.
And Williams was really bailed out by a terrific block from Tim Patrick. He turned to throw that little bullet screen out to the outside. And the wide receiver, Tim Patrick, from the outside, he's going to come screaming in and actually gets a block. Watch this, the man over him. And if he doesn't get a little bit of a piece of him right there, that ball might have been picked off.
2nd down. And they call it 3 at the 26. Play fake. Troy Williams sets up, goes deep over the middle, and intercepted by the Hoosiers. This kid is terrific. Rashard Fant. I dare you.
That's why he was 2nd team all Big Ten. He ran the route right in front of Tim Patrick. Just an excellent job of recognition by Rashard Fant. He's given up 5 inches there. He's only 5'10". And he goes up and gets the pick. and gets the ball back for his offense. What a great play.
Fan has a decision to make after this game. NFL draft or return to school. He was recently admitted into the Masters of Public Affairs degree program at IU.
This is a guy that can improve his stock if he comes back, but if he comes out of mid-round selection, that's also pretty attractive, you know, when you haven't been able to make money for your skill.
Redding. And across the 35 up to the 32-yard line. Now, you said something really complicated to me the other day about Redding's running style.
Well, Redding is a guy that, a lot like Joe Williams, he needs the pictures in front of him to be more defined. So in the inside zone game, he struggles a little bit because he's got to choose his hole. But when they pull a guard or run outside, he tends to do very well because those pictures and lanes become very defined for him to run through.
2nd and 6 at the 37. Lego with the empty backfield. Here's Lego to throw it, dumps it off, and it's Redding who took his eyes off the football and dropped it. Had some room.
I mean, he had more than room. Watch this as they're going to get the center. He gets a block. The left guard gets out in front of it. And that lane was wide open for Redding. If he's able to catch that ball, he's probably in the end zone at this point. Utah had everybody up near the line of scrimmage and no safety deep.
3rd down and 6. Page, the motion man. Low snap handle by Lego. He'll fire to the sideline. And incomplete. So Indiana will have to punt it away. Mitchell Page unable to haul it in. Timing thrown off because of the bad snap.
1, the bad snap. 2, Hunter Dimick was charging hard right into the chest of Richard Lego. And big number 49, Hunter Dimick, has had one remarkable career at Utah. First team All Pac-12. And he forces a kick here from Indiana.
So Gideon will punt it from the 22. Booby Hobbs at his own 25. Another line drive. Hobbs at the 18. Hobbs turning on the Jets. Tries to get outside and is wrestled down immediately by Jonathan Crawford. So the Utah Utes, a look at their season recap.
Well, 7-1, just a great start. A huge win against USC. And that was even with Sam Darnold at quarterback for USC. Then Joe Williams comes back, and in 5 straight games he went for 100 yards, including 332 against UCLA. And just a remarkable performance. But November woes continue to plague Utah. They lost 3 of their last 4 games by a score. Number 4, Washington. Number 9, Colorado. Some mistakes in those games, albeit 3 missed block in the back penalties on that punt against Washington.
And they run it with Joe Williams, who tries to get outside and is taken down at the 23 by T. Gray Scales. But I think when you look at Utah, you have to talk about Coach Witt. Turned 57 last month. 23rd year in Utah, 12th as the head coach, longest tenured coach in the Pac-12, and his personality defines who these kids are as a team.
Toughness, discipline, preparedness. That's what Utah is every time that we see him. Offensive line, defensive line, Coach Witt has his fingerprints all over this team.
2nd and 7, Williams again. And I find it ironic that Coach Witt worked for Urban Meyer, truly one of the great coaches in the history of college football. He was his defensive coordinator, took over for Coach Meyer when he left for Florida. They still talk. They're still very good friends. What do you think about the Buckeyes' chances against Clemson?
Gosh, that's going to be such a good game. You know, I think Clemson with Deshaun Watson has a little bit of an edge, but not much. That's going to be a heck of a game. I could see it going either direction.
3rd down and 5 at the 26. Troy Williams over the middle, and it's caught. This time, Damari Simpkins, and he picks up the 1st down.
What a stiff arm from Simpkins. I mean, this guy is just a young wide receiver, but he continues to develop. And a lot of times the development that you see from skill position guys is their ability to create after the catch. Watch this right here. The stiff arm, That's the number 19, Tony Fields, and then he's able to get the edge and move the chains. What a great play from Damari Simpkins.
A 6-yard gain, 1st and 10. At the 32, Zach Moss in at running back now for Utah. And they give it to Moss. And he'll get to the 36-yard line before being taken down. Tyler Green with the tackle. And that time, you were right. Huntley in at quarterback.
And Huntley is a high school teammate of Zach Moss as well as Damari Simpkins. So now you got these true freshmen. Zach Moss, number 2. Number 1, Tyler Huntley. Number 17, Damari Simpkins, all in the game. Again, bowl season, Gus, is a lot about development. We're seeing that right now with Utah.
2nd down and 5. And here's Huntley running the football, and he won't get much. Tyler Huntley, the freshman from Dania, Florida, the 2015 Florida Gatorade Player of the Year.
Guy that the running backs coach, Dennis Erickson, here for Utah, was able to go down and recruit. Of course, Dennis Erickson with those Florida ties, being the great Miami coach. But now on 3rd down, a more crucial situation, you see the veteran back in the ball game at quarterback.
3rd down and 4 at the 38. Troy Williams with Zach Moss behind him. Here's Williams to throw it. In trouble and sacked at the 25. Great pressure being applied, and this time it's Niles Sykes.
He starts at defensive end. He's going to come up, and then he's going to go all the way back around in a little bit of a loop technique, and he's going to get to the quarterback. A blown assignment up front from Uatafe, the right guard, and Williams didn't have much of a chance there as Sykes was in on him quickly, the sophomore from Oak Park, Illinois.
So that brings on Mitch Wisnowski. And he flubbed it, but does get it away. So that ball going out of bounds. Wisnowski doing a nice job, a 29-yard punt of just getting it off.
Watch as he starts to his right in this rugby style, and the ball just goes right through his hand, and he's miraculously really able to get that off. Not a great punt, but certainly not something that you would expect from the nation's Ray Guy Award winner, and he knew it right away.
So Indiana with great field position at the 43-yard line. Down 10-7. Devontae Williams in at running back. Lego to throw it underneath and incomplete. That one should have been caught. Nick Westbrook, little low.
Yeah, but accurate enough. And you're exactly right, partner. Nick Westbrook has got to hold that one in for his quarterback.
2nd and 10. Lego, 1 of 7. And the handoff to Williams. And a tumble forward. And get to the 46, maybe the 47-yard line.
Devontae Williams, number 2, he's got some good speed. He's just a redshirt freshman. And they bring him in as a little bit of a change of pace to Divine Redding, who's a bit more methodical. So Devontae Williams, the spark plug, in here on 3rd down.
They need 6. Here's Lego. Delivers, and Page with the catch, and he picks up the 1st down and more as he gets out of bounds at the Utah 40-yard line. Tautioli there to usher him out of play.
I love what Mitchell Page does in finding the space in the defense. You know, it seems like every time on 3rd down, Lego is looking number 87's direction, and that's born out of trust. He understands that he's going to find the soft spot in the defense.
1st down at the 38. Lego looking, setting up a screen, nobody home. Now he's got to improvise, and he'll just throw it into the ground, but a flag on the play.
You know, I wouldn't be shocked here if they call a defensive hold. Sometimes you see that when they're trying to set up a screen because you get the defenders actually grabbing the offensive lineman, and I think that's what they're talking about here.
Holding on the defense, number 59. Penalty is 10 yards from the previous flag. First down.
Pisoni Tassini is called for the holding penalty.
Yeah, right in the middle of your screen. Here's Tassini, and watch as big 67 Dan Feeney, the All-American, he engages, and then he's trying to get out, and that's when Tassini grabs his jersey. What an excellent call by the official. Not obvious, but right there in front of him, and it draws a flag.
First down and 10 at the 28. And they'll hand it to Redding with running room. Divine Redding picks up the first down on a gain of 10.
This is the first real solid drive that we've seen from Indiana, putting together several first downs as they'll move quickly.
Redding again running straight ahead, keeping his legs churning, and he gets to the 10-yard line. Luafatasanga and Marcus Williams, who's back for Utah, combining on the tackle.
You know, this tempo has been hard for Utah. I would use it right up into the...
Redding. And he gets to the 6th, first down. Chase Hansen stops him. And that should take us to the end of the first quarter. A very competitive and exciting quarter of college football here on Fox. The Foster Farms Bowl, Utah. IU. That's former Indiana star Antoine Randall, who also won a Super Bowl ring with the Pittsburgh Steelers, in attendance this evening. And how about this guy, Chip Kelly, head coach of the San Francisco 49ers, former Oregon head coach. He's always got the card up next to his mouth. He doesn't want people knowing what he's saying.
That's right. And judging by the way their season going, probably scouting right now.
Yes, he is.
Trying to find some players.
There are some players on the field. First and goal at the 6-yard line for IU. Divine Redding, the pistol back. They give it to him. Redding trying to turn the corner, and does. And gets taken down inside the Utah 5.
Good play there from the safety, Marcus Williams, number 20, who was in on the tackle. Strung that all the way out to the sideline and was able to make the stop. But here on 2nd and goal, they'll pick up the tempo and go fast again.
From the 3. Redding again this time. He loses the football, and Utah has it.
I believe that was Tassini who knocked it out, and Chase Hansen, number 22, the safety, dove on the ball. What a great stop for Utah inside the 5. Here's where the tempo hurts them, because they're trying to go too fast, and then all of a sudden you saw the exchange wasn't quite clean. Redding didn't have that ball completely tucked away, and Pisoni Tassini, really the unsung hero of that front 7 for Utah, is able to strip it out, and Chase Hansen falls on it. What a terrific play there from the Utah front 7.
4 turnovers in this game already, 2 apiece, as Utah takes over at their own 5-yard line.
Not entirely uncommon in these bowl games, Gus, because that layoff hurts the offense always more than it hurts the defense, because I've always felt like defense is more of an effort and energy game than offense is.
And they'll run it on first down with Joe Williams. They'll give him a little room as Dawson Fletcher stops him.
You see, successful offense is predicated on execution and details. So timing comes into it. Rhythm comes into it. Whereas on defense, you can literally just effort your way to success. Play hard. Run to the football. Do those sorts of things. And we saw some quarterback problems early in this game, and now an exchange issue between Lego and Redding.
2nd down and 8 at the 7. Troy Williams drops it off. Joe Williams gets a block. Joe Williams down the sideline. He's got 4.5 speed. Joe Williams out of bounds inside Indiana territory.
54 out in front of him. Watch this. They're going to throw the swing route, and it's really set up as a screen. So here's Asiata. He's out in front, number 54, and he's going to continue to go. Williams sets up a block, and then Asiata gets a big block right there on 43 and springs him for another 20 yards.
A 56-yard reception for Joe Williams. 1st and 10 at the 37 for Utah. Here's the pitch back. Huntley throwing down the field. Caught. Kyle Fultz down at the 1.
They bring the true freshman quarterback in and have some razzle-dazzle. With his high school teammate Zach Moss, he pitches it back, and he makes a great read. That could go to the middle of the field or to the outside. The outside, Gus, is always the secondary read, and so the true freshman gets to the secondary read and gets it all the way down to the 1-yard line.
1st down and goal at the 1. Zach Moss in at running back. Troy Williams back in at QB.
Timeout, Utah.
And the Utes will call a timeout. Back after this. Welcome back, 10-7. Utah threatening. This could potentially be, Joel, a 14-point swing as they force the turnover on the goal line when Indiana looked like they were marching it in.
Yeah, huge turnover from Tassini inside the 5. And then quickly, Utah comes right back down with 2 plays. The big completion to Joe Williams, and then the completion to Fultz that sets him up here, 1st and goal.
Joe Williams said he wanted 2 touchdowns and 100 yards. He's got 1 touchdown already. They give it to him straight ahead. A flag on the play, though. He won't get in. Well defended by the Hoosiers.
It just seemed to me like Utah was never set before the motion.
Illegal shifts on the offense. 2 players moving at the same time and not being set. Penalty is 5 yards. Replay, 1st down.
They had Ken Hampel at tight end over on the right side, and then number 88, Harrison Handley, was in motion, and Hampel was just set so late, and then when the motion was kicked, he hadn't been set for a beat. That's a management issue from a quarterback position. You got to allow your guys to get set before you kick the motion.
So instead of 1st and goal at the 1, they have it 1st down and goal at the 5. Williams taken down. Great defense on the part of the Hoosiers. Ralph Green, we've named him a couple of times already in this game.
I think he's their best defensive lineman. You know, he's the guy with the most energy up front. 7.5 tackles for loss. Honorable mention, all Big Ten. Only 6 starts, but this is a guy that is very physical up front and did a heck of a job there, forcing this longer 2nd down situation.
Now 2nd and goal at the 8. Looks like Troy Williams may have to throw it. He will. Steps up. Elects to run it, and he's wrapped up and taken down immediately. Ralph Green. But that may be a face mask against IU.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 93. Penalty is half the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down.
No question about it. Ralph Green, who is actually engaged there, being blocked by Isaac Asiata, and then reaches out with that big left mitt, and that is all face mask, bringing him all the way to the ground. No question about it.
Tom Allen, the head coach at Indiana, frustrated. 1st down and goal now at the 4 for Utah. Hampel in motion. Joe Williams, touchdown, but a flag again. Let's see if this one stands.
this one's coming back.
Holding on the offense, number 54. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
It definitely wasn't 54. I believe they're going to get 72 Garrett Bowles, because you're going to watch 54. He's actually going to pull, but as Garrett Bowles comes down to his right, the left tackle 72, watch as he engages in, and then right here he kind of sets down, and he's just grabbing him and holding him back to his chest as Williams is getting behind Asiata and heading to the goal line. That was the call. Asiata 54 actually didn't touch anybody.
So first down and goal of the 13. Troy Williams gives it to Joe Williams, and he'll get to the 10. Doherty with the tackle.
You know, one thing that they don't do down here in the red zone, and I think it would help them with all of their red zone struggles, is trying to get a mismatch with their big receiver, Tim Patrick. Remember, he is 6'5", 210 pounds. At some point, you're going to have to formation and get him on the smaller 5'10" Rashard Fan and throw a fade to him. Throw a little comeback into the, short pylon of the end zone. But that's your matchup that you need to exploit in the red zone.
Utah spreads it out for Troy Williams. Looking underneath. Ball caught. McCormick. And he is out of bounds inside the 5. Chase Dutra with the saving tackle.
Big third down here for Indiana. Remember, Utah had this ball inside the 1-yard line with a first down. Great look right there. Foot on the sideline. Good call by the official, but now a chance for Indiana here to force a field goal opportunity.
Third down and goal of the 2. Joe Williams lines up next to Troy Williams. Make that Huntley in the game now. He'll run it. And Indiana stones him again. Wow.
Tigray Scales, number 8. Watch him from his linebacker position. What a great play. Knocks those linemen over, and then he's the one right in the hole. He goes low, and now we're going to have a big fourth down snap here from inside the 1.
Fourth down goal at the 1. Utah going for it. Huntley in the game at running back. At quarterback, rather. He forces it through and scores. So Tyler Huntley, the freshman, with the touchdown.
And he got a great block and fake from 28, Joe Williams. Good decision there from Huntley. Keeps it himself. And Tom Allen's defense not quite able to bow its neck enough.
16-7. Andy Phillips. And it's good. Utah using the running game. Capitalizing on the Indiana turnover. The Foster Farms Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy. And the great thing about bowl games is the players have a chance to serve the community when they come into towns.
That was Christmas morning. A great experience. Both teams. One team went to St. Anthony's Dining Room. Another went to Glide Memorial Church. They served combined about 8,000 meals to those in need on Christmas Day. Just a remarkable experience for everybody involved.
Deontay Williams will return it. And he'll slide to the 25. Still on his feet, gets to the 30 before finally being game tackled. I'll start your Sunday with Fox NFL Kickoff and America's #1 pregame show. Then the Cowboys collide with the Eagles. And in America's Game of the Week, the Redskins fight for a playoff spot against Eli Manning and the Giants, or other regional action. Coverage begins at 11 Eastern on Fox. How about those Cowboys?
Whew.
Ezekiel Elliott, is he your MVP?
Oh, or those 5 guys in front of him.
That's right.
One of the two, right? Oh, my goodness.
Huntley with his first career touchdown as a collegiate player. First down and 10 at the 30-yard line for Indiana. Down 17-7. But it looks like this Indiana. So we have a review coming up.
Yeah, during the return, there was kind of a spin. They were going to see if the returner was actually down. So you watch as Williams gets contacted, and then as he spins, he's kind of on the top of Fields, and then that elbow is down. So this one's going to come back about 4 yards, it looks like, right there to the, looks about like the 25-yard line, maybe 26.
After further review, the runner's elbow was down on the 26-yard line. First down at the 26.
So a 3-yard swing here, and Indiana will trot back out.
Although they fumbled on the 3-yard line on their last trip, it looks like this Indiana offense is starting to find a rhythm.
It was really the signature of the team, before this season, because the defense struggled over the course of the last couple of years, and it was all about the offense and scoring points and the fast tempo. But Tom Allen improved the defense, and the offense has tried to find its way this year. They've been scrappy and been in ball games with very good teams, but consistency has been an issue.
First down and 10, Brookins. And Brookins picks up a chunk as he gets over the 30 up to the 33-yard line. They're going to say it's an 8-yard gain.
Preparing for this game, watching Indiana, I've always felt like these are their most successful runs when they get way outside. It's the stretch kind of wide zone play that they're most efficient at.
Second and 2. Play fake. And they dump it off in the flats to Thomas. And Ian Thomas, the junior, is stopped by Tautioli, but he gains 6 yards and picks up a first down.
Only had 1 catch coming into this game, but a guy that the coaching staff is actually very high on. Great receiver skills from the tight end position.
First down. Play fake. Lego going for it all. He's got a man. And incomplete. Intended for Ricky Jones. That one thrown too far.
That's where Lego is dangerous. He's got an NFL arm as far as strength goes. He can push the ball down the field. Now, where he is inconsistent is in his footwork. And when his footwork gets off, that's when he can sail the ball over the wide receivers.
Lego had a 496-yard, 3-touchdown game against Wake Forest. Second and 10. Brookins. And Brookins goes nowhere. Lua Fatasanga with the tackle.
Boy, I've just loved him. Watching him this entire season. Lua Fatasanga, junior college transfer from Arizona Western College, which is way down by the Mexico border in Yuma, Arizona. He gets in the backfield quickly, unblocked, and brings him down.
So a loss of 5, third down and 15 at the 35. Lego. And incomplete. Mitchell Page just couldn't hold on.
Good
Indiana
series.
has to punt it away.
Yeah, good series from that Utah defense, Gus. Putting a little pressure on Richard Lego. Tackle for loss. It's really been the MO, the signature of that defense for Utah is the attacking style that they've been playing with forever under Kyle Whittingham.
Third punt for Joseph Gideon. Booby Hobbs back at his own 25. Hobbs will field it at the 20 and dropped at the 19-yard line. Some good hitting this time. Chase Dutra on special teams. 17-7, Utah with the lead, and here comes Joe Williams and the offense right after this.
back in Santa Clara, 17-7 with 7:23 left to go in the first half. Rob Stone back here with you, coming up on the State Farm halftime. Coach Wannstedt on why this hasn't really been a typical first half for the Utes. Plus, the underdog success theme this bowl season continued today. And Indiana, they opened up Big Ten basketball play today. Not the result, guys, that they were hoping for. We'll see you at the break.
Cornhuskers from Nebraska, tough on the road. First down and 10 at the 21. Zach Moss, the running back. And Ross trying to follow his blocks, and he is gobbled up. No gain on the play. Tony Fields leading the charge for IU.
Yeah, good pursuit for Indiana. 4-5 white jerseys around the ball carrier, and that's exactly what you want to see, and that's really what Tom Allen has preached, is doing your job and then playing with effort. You know, this is a guy that has changed the culture of Indiana defense, and now he's going to be charged with leading them into the future as their full-time head coach.
Second and 10. Troy Williams to the sideline. And incomplete. Let's go down to Shannon for more on Tom Allen.
Well, Gus and Joel, we talked to Coach Allen yesterday, and his 3 mottos for his team: toughness, accountability, love. I saw all of that wrapped into one little speech to his defensive guys over here. He came over here and he said, it doesn't matter what these guys do. It's all about us. We have to get takeaways. He was absolutely fired up. He walked away. Then he turned back around. He gave some guys head rubs, patted them on the back, smiled, high-fived. Accountability, love, and toughness all wrapped into one.
All right, thank you very much, Shannon. Third down and 10 for Utah at their own 21-yard line. Here's Troy Williams under pressure, and he's sacked for the second time. Chris Covington.
A little blitz, and it gets home. Here's Chris Covington, and he's just going to come around from his linebacker spot. Right around the offensive center. There's 2 guys there. Miscommunication up front, and you got to love the motor. Covington never stops, and he gets to the quarterback easily. That's a good call from Tom Allen, understanding the protection scheme of Utah and trying to exploit that with his linebacker in the blitz package.
Wisnowski will punt it from his own goal line. Mitchell Page at his own 35. Line drive. Page will get a chance from the 35. Steps up and goes down at the 38. A 50-yard punt and a 3-yard return. Santa Clara, California, about 40 miles outside of beautiful San Francisco. The Foster Farms Bowl on Fox. The Foster Farms Bowl on Fox is sponsored by State Farm, here to help life go right. And by Samsung Pay, turn your phone into your wallet. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt, Shannon Spake with you. 17-7, Utah leading Indiana here in the second quarter, but the Hoosiers have the football at their own 39. Devontae Williams checks in at running back. Richard Lago, 3 of 11, but he can get hot quickly. Lago to throw it underneath. Caught on the move. Even more. Ricky Jones down the sideline and finally tackled inside the 10. Brian Allen with a saving tackle after the 53-yard gain.
And it's all set up by the ball placement. Timing plus ball placement equals yards after the catch. That's how it happens. Ricky Jones down the sideline because he's afforded a terrific pass from his quarterback, Richard Lago.
First and goal at the 8-yard line for IU. And here's the handoff to Williams, and he goes backwards. Tassini again in on the play for Utah.
They've tried the run game here inside the 10, and it just has not been very effective for them. Speaking of Indiana, in this situation, in particular with a quarterback who stands every bit of 6'6".
Second and goal of the 7. Lago in the back of the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Ricky Jones. Well defended, though, by the Utah defense. Marcus Williams.
How about Marcus Williams right here? Watch him from the safety position. He's going to see the motion, and he immediately is just going to look up the wide receiver and defend him. That's great situational play. You talk about being prepared. Understanding what the defense is going to, or excuse me, the offense wants to do inside the 10. Situational football, Williams was prepared for it.
Third down goal of the 7. Lego looking and incomplete. Ricky Jones again. The intended receiver. Jones, an all Big Ten receiver. Had a big game against Wake Forest. 8 catches for 208 yards, and that will bring on the field goal unit for Indiana.
Everything is contested with Utah in that back end. Man-to-man coverage, making it very difficult on Richard Lego to throw the ball.
So Griffin Oaks in to attempt a 24-yarder. And it's good. IU settles for 3. 4:33 remaining in the second quarter, 17-10. Utah leading Indiana. 53rd career field goal for Griffin Oaks, and he statistically has not had his best season kicking field goals. 15 for 24 coming into this game, but now he's made 5 in a row over his last 4 games.
A frustrating series there, not being able to capitalize after that nice big play to start things off, getting it down inside the 10.
And folks, let's this one go out of the end zone. Joe Williams ready to get back on the field.
Well, we've seen some glimpses already, haven't we? Had that big reception out of the backfield. He's actually Utah's leading receiver right now with that 1 catch for 56 yards. Their leading rusher, 9 for 43, just over 4.5 per carry. They're doing a nice job of mixing things up, including at the quarterback position. We've seen the true freshman, Tyler Huntley, in there, as well as Troy Williams. But here with 4:33 left, this is when Kyle Whittingham loves to take up a lot of time with a drive. Don't be shocked here if this is just a Joe Williams featured drive.
They'll throw it. Troy Williams underneath, and that ball thrown behind Raylon Singleton.
There's one thing, Gus, that you and I have talked about Utah is sometimes they don't rely on Williams like they should. Kyle Whittingham even has alluded to that. He has been frustrated at times with Williams' usage in game. Expect him to get the ball here.
2nd and 10. And they'll throw it, and they'll drop it down to Joe Williams, and he fumbles the football. But it's an incomplete pass. It wasn't thrown behind him. It was thrown in front of him. And that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
You know, just from a game plan schematic perspective, I will never understand the toss sweep or the swing pass into the short side of the field. Remember, in college football, these hash marks are really far apart. It's not like the NFL where you're basically playing in the middle of the field the entire time. There's just not a lot of room for an athlete to work when you're throwing that swing pass into the short side.
3rd down and 10 to the 25. Indiana showing blitz. Here they come. Troy Williams with time delivers. Incomplete. And no flag on the play. Raylon Singleton, the intended receiver, but Rashard Fant again on defense for IU.
You know, they're going to want a PI here because Fant at the end, watch him as he's going to kind of grab the arm right here, and there's a little bit of a hold. I just never felt like the timing was all that great. I agree with the officials on this. I didn't think that was a pass interference.
So Wisnowski will punt it from the 10. His 3rd punt of the game. Mitchell Page, the deep man. Page with the fair catch at the 35. 17-10. Utah, all the scores have been set up by turnovers, the touchdowns.
First kickoff of the game, we had the fumble. Indiana turned into a touchdown to Mitchell Page, and then Utah getting to Lego, gets the fumble, and Williams did the rest. He found pay dirt for the Utah Utes. This was the big one. As Indiana was going in to score inside the 5-yard line, Utah turns it over. 2 plays later, they flip the field all the way the other direction, and then Tyler Huntley, the true freshman, was able to find the end zone for his first collegiate score. And that's where we got to where we are right now at 17-10.
And we haven't seen Divine Redding since he fumbled the football on the 3-yard line. First down and 10 at the 36. Brookins in at running back. Lego sprints out of the pocket, throws on the move, and that ball deflected. Incomplete. Tautioli again making a play.
For a guy that is 6'6" at quarterback, Lego has way too many passes batted down. Watch his motion. He's not going to get this ball it barely even gets higher than his helmet. He releases it almost like a catcher. He's got a very tight, short, and low motion, and his effective height lowers dramatically.
Second down and 10. Brookins with a running route. And Brookins will pick up about 7 on the play, maybe 8 yards. Tautioli with the tackle.
He's primarily been a kick returner for them, but Brookins has had some success here tonight against this Utah defense. He's Indiana's leading rusher with 27 yards.
Third down and 2 at the 44. Brookins looking for the first down, and he has it at midfield. Marcus Williams with the tackle.
This is when they like to get that tempo going. They get the first down, they get the chains moving. They're going to try to go a little bit faster. There's Divine Redding, who fumbled inside the 5. Haven't seen him partner, like you said, since that. Brookins in the backfield.
First down at midfield for IU. Empty backfield for Lego. Lego steps up, decides to run it, and he goes down to the 45. So he'll gain 5 yards on the play. Tawamoa Penu and Luafutasanga combining on the tackle. And partner, I think that after a whole season, we're finally starting to get the Polynesian names.
That's right. We've seen Utah enough that we're dialed in on. Yeah, there's some of those names. Tautioli, Tassini, Luafutasanga. The first time we saw him last year, we're like, oh my goodness.
And they drop it off. Nice catch by the tight end, Danny Friend, but he dropped it.
Trying to utilize the tight end a little bit more than they've shown during the course of the season. And Friend's trying to catch that with one hand, gets it, but there's Chase Hansen, comes in, knocks it away from the safety position. He did a remarkable job there coming up and getting that ball loose. And it looked like Friend, 84, just landed right on the ball, and he's still shaken up. Friend is a junior from Illinois, started all 12 games this season. You know, last year he had his season cut short due to a knee injury. Really good athlete, standing at 6'5". He was a basketball player, track athlete in high school. As they'll look at him, came into the game with 7 catches.
A good sign. He'll walk off the field. .220 to play here in the second quarter. Third down and 5 for Indiana.
We've seen Indiana target Mitchell Page on third down virtually every single time they've dropped back to throw in this situation. We'll see if that's where Tom Allen's offense decides to go here.
So Mitchell Page lines up in the slot at the top of your screen. 3rd down and 5. Wilkins looking for the first down, and he has it as he dives forward.
Xander Diamant in at quarterback. They use him in a run package. He comes in only 6'1", 174-pound speedy guy.
Diamant keeping it. And he'll pick up 3 yards.
He's from Los Angeles. Carried it for a little over 150 yards on the season.
2nd down and 7 for Diamant. Play fake. He'll throw it down the field. Caught! Touchdown, Nick Westbrook. But a flag. And he's got the Conor McGregor walk going.
Pass interference on the defense, number 22. A penalty is declined. Touchdown.
So the touchdown stands. Xander Diamant to Nick Westbrook.
Westbrook's got some height. He's 6'3", athletic. He goes up and gets it very well. That was Julian Blackman, the true freshman from Layton, Utah, in coverage. And boy, what a play there. Holding on to it, securing it through going to the ground. Excellent catch.
Extra point good for Griffin Oaks. 1:38 to go in the 2nd quarter. 17 up. Indiana responding. After trailing by as many as 10 points, Indiana coming back to level the game at 17. What have they done differently?
Well, one, their defense started getting some stops, and that was crucial for them. But then they started to attack on offense, and they got creative, bringing in Xander Diamant, who's primarily been a run option for Indiana, but then allowing him to throw the ball down the field to their deep ball expert, Nick Westbrook, the sophomore from Lake Mary, Florida, and they're able to get the touchdown and tie this thing up.
So this will be Fulks returning it. He'll be taken down to the 22 with 1:30 remaining. Tony Fields with the tackle on special teams.
Got to give Indiana a lot of credit, for attacking right there and being creative. Diamant going in the ball game. This guy's only 174 pounds. He's a junior. He's played in 7 games, but again, primarily in the run package and in run game situations because of his quickness. I'll go back to this, though. With 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, I said, hey, this is the time when Kyle Whittingham usually likes to run some clock to end the half, and they threw it 3 times. Speaking of Utah, gave Indiana that chance.
Troy Williams over the middle. Tim Patrick with the catch, and he'll be taken down at the 35 and picks up a first down. Troy Williams again to the sideline this time. Nice throw and out of bounds as Cioce Wilson stops the clock after the 14-yard pickup. Don't forget, coming up, the State Farm halftime report. Indiana with 2 timeouts remaining.
Perfect start to this 2-minute drive in a hurry-up mode. A couple of first downs right away. They're able to get out of bounds, not have to use those 2 timeouts.
First down to the 49. Troy Williams out of the backfield, and Joe Williams, second time he's dropped a pass out of the backfield.
Keep trying to throw that little screen pass that starts as a swing route from the running back position. And twice now, Joe Williams hasn't been able to hang on. This is a program that last year had Devontae Booker, one of the best receiving running backs that we've seen in college football in a long time. And Joe Williams just not quite of that elk catching the ball out of the backfield.
Second down and 10. Here's Joe Williams running. Breaks tackles. Finally goes down to 45. Utah quickly to the line of scrimmage. Indiana trying to substitute. Joe Williams. And he's close to a first down.
Aren't they using their timeouts? I don't understand this at all. They had a great start to this series. They get a couple of first downs and now a couple of handoffs without using timeouts. You got Andy Phillips, one of the best kickers in America. I don't understand the strategy at all right now.
First down, Utah at the Indiana 41. Troy Williams steps up and he is sacked for the third time. T. Gray Scales. And now Utah uses a timeout with 23 seconds to play. Andy Phillips warming up on the Utah sideline. His career-long 53 yards versus USC in 2015. He's never missed from 50 and out. 4 for 4 in his career.
Well, they're going to need to gain some yards to get him a chance, because right now you're looking at a 67, 68-yard attempt. Certainly not going to do that. So they need to pick up about 10 yards, maybe 15.
Troy Williams in the gun. Steps up in the pocket and sacked again. Wow. This Indiana defense with 4 sacks in the first half. T. Gray Scales, back-to-back sacks.
Great credit to Tom Allen, because he has figured out what Utah is trying to do with their pass protection, and he is fired up on the sidelines, and he should be. Just a heck of a job bringing this team back, getting into a tie game, and then the defense shutting the door here in the first half with an excellent call from Tom Allen, getting a couple of sacks.
It's halftime here at Santa Clara with the score Utah 17, Indiana 17. The State Farm halftime show is coming up after these messages. Welcome back. Levi's Stadium, our score, Indiana 17, Utah 17 as we start the second half. Gus Johnson along with Joel Klatt. I tell you what, that Indiana defense in the second quarter turned things around for the Hoosiers.
They did, because anytime that, early in the game, Utah was having a lot of success. I even felt like their run game was starting to establish itself. And then Indiana started getting some stops, and then they started pressuring the quarterback. I thought the defensive line really changed the scope of that game in the second quarter. Pressuring Troy Williams. They got to him, hit him often, getting some sacks, including late in that 2-minute situations on the final 2 snaps of the half. They got to Troy Williams and got him to the ground, and Tom Allen was fired up, and he should be. 4 sacks, 7 hits, 4 hurries. All that ties a season high right here in the first half. And this Indiana defense has done a heck of a job. As we take a look at the Verizon first half stats, only 60 yards rushing for Utah. 227 overall for the Utes, and Indiana's offense, they got the boost, and Diamont comes in and they get the touchdown late, and we end up with a tie score before halftime.
So Indiana will get the football to start the second half. Hayes Hicken will kick it off. Devontae Williams and Ricky Jones are the deep men for the Hoosiers.
Interested to see how much Diamont plays in the second half and how much of the 2-quarterback system we see out of Indiana.
So Williams takes the knee. Let's check in with Shannon.
Well, Gus, Joel, I know you guys were questioning the way Utah handled that final offensive drive to end that first half. I asked Kyle Whittingham about that, and he went big picture on me, shook his head completely frustrated. He said, we just haven't played well at all in all 3 series. He told me we have to pick it up. Now, as far as Indiana, Tom Allen told me it was a very active locker room. A lot of guys got up and spoke. They know what's on the line. Establishing the run is key. Hanging on to that football. He did tell me Marcielo Ball will be back. We saw him go out with that shoulder injury in the first.
Tom Allen, this is his first head coaching experience since coaching Ben Davis High School in Indianapolis in 2006. First down and 10 of the 25. Redding back in the game at running back after fumbling on the 3-yard line. This is the first time we've seen him since then. He runs it. Tries to get outside and does with room at the 30-yard line. Cuts it back and goes all the way up to the 40. A 15-yard pickup for Divine Redding.
You know, we heard Shannon talk about the energy in the locker room so many times that translates into the early third quarter success.
Lego to the sideline and almost intercepted. Reggie Porter was there, just couldn't hold on. And if he would have hauled that in, he would have had a clear path to the end zone.
Total miscommunication between Nick Westbrook, number 15. Looks like he's kind of stopping, and then he just gets let go. He turns to the official. He wanted a hold there from Reggie Porter. I don't disagree. A lot of contact down the field there from Porter.
Second down and 10 at the 40. Redding goes in motion. Lego underneath Westbrook. This time secures it and picks up a first down at midfield.
Now that was a big-time throw right there. Tight window, slant pass from Richard Lego. And now they go with some tempo here after a first down.
Play fake. Lego sets up D. Goes for it all down the field. And intercepted. Marcus Williams. That's Utah's 40th interception since the start of last season.
Poor decision from Richard Lego. Marcus Williams is one of the best safeties in America. A ball hawking safety. There he is, number 20 on the right side of your screen, and he never left that side of the field and just took off on the eyes of Richard Lego. Lego underthrows the pass, and that's an easy interception for a great safety. Marcus Williams hauls it in.
3 turnovers for Indiana, 2 for Utah. And the Utes will start the second half at their own 8-yard line. On first down, they hand it to Joe Williams. Trying to follow his blocks. Turns it up. Williams with room, and he crosses the 20. And picks up a first down. Nate Hoff stops him.
Set up his blocks beautifully. Works him all the way to the outside. And then he finds the seam. And doesn't he have a burst?
Yes, he does.
When he gets that seam, it's like, bang, he's shot out of a canyon. This guy, he's got some real ability now.
13-yard gain for Joe Williams. First down at the 21. And they'll give it to him again with room over the right side. And is tackled from behind. Nicely done by Tigre Scales, but Williams picks up 6 this time.
They're going to come out of the locker room, and I think this is the correct game plan. You want to settle your team down after that second quarter where things went awry for Utah. So how do you do that? You get back to Joe Williams. He's the guy who has been the heart and soul of this offense during the course of this season, and now he's been called upon to settle this team down.
Second and 4 at the 27. Williams again. And Doherty with the tackle for IU after the 2-yard gain.
These short yardage situations, Utah normally so good in these situations, in large part because they're usually just more physical on the offensive line. They don't have to get cute. They can just turn around and do what they do and hand the ball off because of those big guys up front.
Third down and 2 at the 29. Utah 3 of 8 on third down conversions. Play fake. Troy Williams looking over the middle, deflected, incomplete. And in that situation on 3rd and 2, Joel, you just ask, why don't you give Joe Williams the ball?
Yeah, you know, we asked that question a lot. They got away from that in the end of the second quarter, and now they try to bootleg out. Doesn't quite get there. And again, pressure. Marcelino Ball, who's back in the game. He's the one that gets the deflection. Did a great job of reading the eyes of the quarterback, Troy Williams, and getting his hands up in the air and batting that ball away.
4th punt for Mitch Wisnowski. Mitchell Page, the deep man. He backpedals. He'll start from the 15. And Page crosses the 20 to the 23. A 56-yard punt and an 8-yard return coming up. Indiana on offense right after this. The Foster Farms Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Hyundai. By Domino's, order online and track your order. And by Bud Light, make the right call. Drink responsibly. Good game brewing here in Santa Clara, California. 17-17, Indiana and Utah. Big Ten versus the Pac-12. 1st and 10 at the 23 for Richard Lago, who threw a pick the last time the Hoosiers had the football. He'll throw it now underneath, and he puts this one right on the money. Luke Timian just can't hold on.
Well, Timian is normally a pretty sure-handed receiver, a transfer from Oklahoma State. He redshirted in 2014.
2nd and 10 at the 23. And they'll hand it off. Williams. Utah defense stout on the right side.
Both of these defenses are playing well. You know, I know you could watch this game and say, boy, these offenses are making a lot of mistakes. I think that the energy and the effort, the tackling, all of those things, the pressure on the quarterbacks being put on these guys, all of that is a huge credit to the defensive coordinators and these defensive players, because both teams, Indiana and Utah, defensively have really owned the game at times.
3rd down and 9. Lago sets up a screen, and it doesn't fool anybody. Ricky Jones is ambushed. Well defended, Hunter Dimick.
Watch Dimick. As Dimick comes up the field, he's going to see that something's going on, and then he immediately takes off to his right. He recognizes these screen passes as well as any defensive end I see around the country, and he sniffs it out, and he's right there for the tackle.
So Joseph Gideon punting for the 4th time at his own 10. Booby Hobbs standing at the 35. Hobbs. And he is tackled immediately. Terrific job on special teams by both squads. That's Dutra this time. 17-17, 10:50 to play in the 3rd quarter. I tell you what, Joe Williams, since returning from retirement, has turned it on.
Deontay Foreman has been unbelievable. Williams has been unbelievable. McCaffrey had another McCaffrey-esque season. This is most rush yards since October 15th in the FBS. This guy is one of the best in America. You know, and certainly going to be a drafted player this spring, and 14 rushes, 74 yards in this game, over 5 a pop. You would certainly think he's going to start getting the ball a little bit more.
And they'll hand it off to Folks. Tyler Huntley in the game at quarterback. Joe Williams. His wife, Jasmine, so instrumental in talking him out of retirement, getting his mind right, refocusing him. She's a track athlete herself.
They actually would train together. She thinks she might be even faster than Joe Williams. That was a little point of contention.
Here's Huntley running the football. And down at the 40. Another nice run. Excuse me, it's not his wife yet. It's his fiance. Joe could only hope that he can get to that finish line.
Get to that finish line, that's no doubt. Huntley, a nice run there. Again, though, the pursuit of the Indiana defense. Yeah, this defense is just night and day different from a year ago. You know, and the only difference is Tom Allen. Tom Allen comes in. He was at Ole Miss coaching with Hugh Freeze. And he comes in and in 1 year transformed this defense into a defense that they could rely on for stops. And they've got another chance for a stop here.
3rd down and 5 at the 41. Troy Williams with time. Oh, and he delivers a beautiful pass to Tim Patrick. And a 1st down. Fant, feisty, look at him.
You got to be feisty if you're a little undersized on the outside. And Fant's only 5'10", but this was a terrific route by Tim Patrick. Creating a little space at the top end that Troy Williams was able to find for a 1st down. We'll try to figure out here what the officials are chatting about, but yeah, certainly some extracurricular activity there after the play.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct number 72 on the offense. After the 15-yard penalty, it will be 1st and 10. That was number 72's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
That's Garrett Bowles, number 72. First we'll see Tim Patrick up top. There's the separation. Really good route. Gets the 1st down. Then he and Fant are starting to go at it. Behind the play, it's kind of right there at the top, the right side of your screen. Garrett Bowles, number 72, he's kind of getting into it with some defensive linemen down there. I believe that was Greg Gooch, number 49, who caused that first turnover of the game.
So that'll make it 1st down and 10 at the 41. Troy Williams hands it off to Joe Williams. And I always wondered myself, Joel, why they would run it to the short side of the field. And one of the coaches told me they run it to that short side because there are less defenders over there.
There are less defenders over there because of the wide hash marks. And this is different than the NFL. Because of the wide hash marks, a lot of defensive coordinators set the strength of their defense based on space and not formation. So because of that, there are less defenders to that short side, and the offenses generally try to exploit it. The difference is, though, they've got less space to occupy for the defenders to close down that space.
Joe Williams. That's a very good explanation.
The pursuit gets there quicker is what I guess I was trying to say there at the end, but almost every college defensive coordinator, the bulk of
now in the NFL, it's different.
Very different because of the tight hash marks. So you have to line up to the formation the majority of the time. Well over, 80% of the time. Where in college, 80-90% of the time, you're going to see a defense set its strength or its strong linebacker, its strong safety to the wide side of the field, which in this case is to Indiana's right side.
3rd down and 6 at the 45. Here's a throw, and it's caught down the field. Simpkins, and a big-time play for Utah. 21-yard gain.
My goodness, Siosi Wilson had a huge block, number 80. He peels back. Here's number 80 at the bottom of your screen. He's going to peel back right there, and bow. He's going to hit Marcelino Ball, the true freshman. Legal hit. Look at that. Head down, shoulder into the chest. Excellent job by Siosi Wilson. Perfectly legal. Springs him for another 5 yards and a big play for the Utes.
1st down and 10 at the 33 after the 21-yard gain. Zach Moss in now at running back. Play fake. Williams steps up in the pocket, and he'll maybe gain a yard on the play. Tracked down from behind by Greg Gooch and Nate Hoff.
Big credit to this pass rush. They have just not allowed Utah to throw the ball down the field in the play-action game. Anytime we see those fakes, we've seen pressure get to Troy Williams. Now, they've been able to throw it on the outside, the quick screen game, or even comebacks on the outside to a receiver by Tim Patrick. But this defensive line has gotten home most of the time when they try to go down the field.
No gain. 2nd and 10 at the 33. Moss. Tell you what, that Indiana defense. The front seven playing some good football. T. Grace Scales is the leader.
Scales has 116 tackles coming into this game. 20 and a half tackles for loss. Just excellent player. Second team All-American. And he's been terrific here tonight.
3rd down and 7 at the 30. Troy Williams gets out of the pocket, throws on the run. Incomplete. Jonathan Crawford there defensively with Tim Patrick.
Patrick was trying to work back to his quarterback along the sideline and give Williams a place to throw the ball. The problem is that before the ball got there, his left foot just hit out of bounds.
Tell you what, these officials in this game, Joel, have done an outstanding job.
Yeah, they really have. They've been all over it. Some bang-bang plays. Some interesting calls that you don't normally see, like those defensive holding situations, but they've been right there on top of everything.
So Andy Phillips comes in to attempt a 48-yarder. One of the best in the country. Whoa! He had some English on that ball, Joel. That looks like your 7-iron.
What the world?
Whoa! A season long. Look at the action on this, folks. In, out, and back in. 5:40 to play in the 3rd quarter. Andy Phillips with one of the most unique field goals you're going to see as he nails it from 48 yards out. And Utah reclaiming the lead.
He turned a draw into a fade, and then it went through the uprights. That was crazy.
So here comes Indiana. This is Devontae Williams, and he'll go down to the 20-yard line. Let's take another look at that field goal. Phillips. There's a draw.
There's the fade.
And he fades it through. Tom Allen said, "Are you kidding me?" The Foster Farms Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Farmers Insurance. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. By Sonic, get comfy with our new snack-size low grillers, starting at just 79 cents. And by Verizon, join a better network because better matters. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt, Shannon Spake with you. The Foster Farms Bowl. 20-17, Utah with the lead, IU with the football. They'll start from their own 21. Richard Lago, the question is, when is he going to get hot? He'll hand it off. Here's the reverse page. No. As Divine Redding holds on to it. And a flag.
Going to get big old Dan Feeney for a hold.
Holding. Number 67 on the offense. Penalty is 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay, 1st down.
I just love this matchup. Dan Feeney playing out of position. Number 67 at tackles. Normally a guard, but he's working against Hunter Dimmick. And right there's you see kind of the grab and the hold. I'm not sure because he kept his legs going the entire time, and you didn't see the jersey pull that you generally see with a hold. That was a bit of a ticky-tack holding call there by the official.
1st down and 20 at the 11. Lago in trouble and sacked. Second sack of the day this time. It's Peta Talamoapinu.
And he's down on the field. The exact opposite move that he used from earlier in the game. Earlier in the game, he went outside. Now he's going to go, and he's going to go actually inside of the true freshman, Coy Cronk. Here he goes with the inside move, and he gets home. Actually, pops up, and he's headed back to the sideline. It's good news for Utah because he's been excellent here tonight. Second sack of the night. He has been a monster for the Utes defense.
So that'll make it second down and 27 for Indiana at their own 4. Redding. And he gets to the 9.
You know, for a guy who struggles with interceptions, Richard Lego, we've seen him throw picks tonight. This is the situation that you've got to be careful with the football. You cannot force it down the field. If I was a coach, I'd take that ability away from him, hand the ball off to Redding here, and live to play another down with a punt.
Third down and 22. Lego will throw it. Underneath, safe play, Westbrook. And he'll get to the 16. So IU will have to punt the football. Justin Thomas chopping him down. Tell you what, when you watch Utah play, you just feel like you're watching a Big Ten team.
Yeah, they're physical up front. You know, that's the one thing that all the Indiana guys said is, boy, these Utah Utes look a lot like the teams that we play in our conference, specifically Michigan with the scheme that Utah runs. A lot of man coverage in the back end with their defensive backs and a very physical defensive line up front.
Gideon sends it away. Booby Hobbs back deep. Here's Hobbs with running room. Hobbs, nice moves. And he's finally stopped at the Indiana 35. A 37-yard punt and a 20-yard return. The baddest woman on the planet is back. It's the long-awaited return of Ronda Rousey, and it begins on FS1 Friday with the UFC 207 prelims. In the year with a bang as former world champion Johnny Hendricks battles Neil Magny. UFC 207 prelims Friday, 7 Eastern on FS1, or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. I love Ronda Rousey. The baddest woman on the planet, I don't know. Chris Cyborg may have something to say about that. First down and 10 at the 34. Troy Williams breaks a tackle, tries to get outside, and will be sacked again for the 5th time. Dawson Fletcher chasing him.
They have not been able to throw the ball down the field at all tonight. This protection has not held up, and they're trying to do what's called max protection, which is meaning sending only 3 guys out in the route concept and having everybody else in to block. But the defensive backs have held up remarkably well for Indiana. Great coverage down the field. As some flags are going to come out.
Illegal substitution on the offense. 12 players in formation. Penalty is 5 yards. Second down.
This offense can't get out of its own way, whether it's play calling or whether it's execution or a lack of pass protection, throwing the ball down the field. That's exactly what Kyle Whittingham was so frustrated with when he talked with our Shannon Spake at halftime. And we're seeing evidence of that here carried throughout the third quarter.
Second down and 18 at the 42. Williams. Nothing. This Indiana defense, Dutra, Dawson Fletcher, they are playing with maximum effort.
Yeah, it's interesting because Allen didn't really do anything schematically to drastically change what Indiana was defensively, but what he did talk about was chemistry, loving each other. It doesn't matter who gets the credit. He wanted to make everything personal with the kids. He's been in the classroom as a high school football coach for 15 years, 10 of those in the state of Indiana, and he came in and he changed the culture first of the Indiana defense, and then he worked on their assignments.
Third down and 18 at the 42. Joe Williams looking. Joe Williams with a burst. Joe Williams still moving. Joe Williams is playing for the money. A 21-yard gain.
And that's just a give-up call on a long third down. Literally, you're just handing the football off, hoping that somebody can make a play, and that somebody is Joe Williams. This guy is Utah's best player.
18 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown. He'll take a rest. First down, Utah at the 21 of Indiana. Troy Williams lost it. Out of bounds. And the Utes catch a huge break. And Troy Williams is shaken up.
Getting up slowly, but now up on his feet. Heading back to the huddle. We've seen Tyler Huntley in this ball game several different times. Number one, the true freshman from Florida. But it's a small package that they're having him run, so he doesn't have the entire offense at his disposal. At least he hasn't yet in this ball game, and so they stick with Williams here on second down.
Williams will run it. Strung out and knocked out of bounds for a loss. T-Gray Scales.
You know, even with this very good offensive line, they're just getting beat by effort up front. The energy, and the guys talked about it at halftime. Coach Wannstedt talked about it at halftime. Indiana wants it more right now on the front seven. The only good things that are happening for Indiana right now, partner, are when they give the ball to number 28.
You mean Utah?
Excuse me, that's right. When Utah gives the ball to Joe Williams. That's the only time that things are positive for Utah because of the energy of the Indiana defense.
Zach Moss remains in the game for Joe Williams. 3rd and 12. Troy Williams sets up, goes deep. Oh, that looked like an interference call, and it is.
You know, they're going to talk about this. I would fully expect them to pick this up.
Tyler Green, number 3.
And here's why. Gus is the back judge who was right there. Dax Hill is his name, the back judge. He was signaling for an uncatchable. Unless this is a holding, they're going to pick it up. If they're going to call holding, then they'll keep it on.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference. The ball is uncatchable. It'll be 4th down.
What a great call by Dax Hill, the back judge. You're going to see him in your screen probably here on the left side. Maybe not because we get in here tight. But certainly there's a lot of contact. But look, that ball hits 6 yards out of bounds. You know, I know you're going to try to give the benefit of the doubt to the Utah receiver, but Raylan Singleton is not going to jump 20 feet in the air and catch the ball.
So now Andy Phillips comes on. He's been good from 30 and 48 yards. This one is from 41 yards. Money. The other good thing happening for the Utes, Andy Phillips, 23-17. Utah, the 19th ranked team in the nation, with a 23-17 lead over Indiana. Hayes Hicken comes in to kick it away. Hoosiers trying to get juiced on their own sideline. Devontae Williams, Ricky Jones, the deep men. Williams from the 5. And Williams gets up to the 35 before being taken down.
You know, the adjustment here for Indiana's offense. Early in this game, when they had success, it was with playing fast, the fast tempo, trying to hit them quickly in the running game with Brookings, who is back in the game. Ricky Brookings, the sophomore from Terre Haute, Indiana. We'll see if they go in that direction on this series.
Richard Lago has not had his best game. First down and 10 at the 34. Lago over the middle. Westbrook can't hold on.
Looked like that ball was actually tipped at the line of scrimmage. I think it was Pisoni Tassini, number 59, and it was. He got just a finger on it, and that's why that ball trailed down and away from Westbrook, the wide receiver.
2nd and 10. Brookins, nothing. Hard to run on this Utah defense. Tawa Moepenu. Lua Fatasanga. And that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, 23-17. Our score, and it's been a hard-hitting 3 quarters. Welcome back, and let's take a look at the scoring as we head into the 4th quarter.
3rd quarter was all Utah and Andy Phillips. A couple of field goals. Stretched the lead to 23-17.
Andy Phillips good from 30, 48, and 41 yards. Indiana with the football. 3rd down and 10 at the 34. Lego. Again, the ball deflected. Hunter Demick. And that must be the 3rd or 4th ball that's been batted down out of the hands of Richard Lego.
Yeah, I think it's the technicality with the way he throws. Watch how low the ball comes out. Remember, he's 6'6", and he never extends. He throws it like a catcher very low. Hunter Demick, you got to give him a lot of credit because he understands that. That's film study from Hunter Demick. He gets his hands up, bats it away, and forces a punt.
It's actually the 7th ball that's been deflected by the Utah defense.
Oh, what a great job by that defensive line.
Gideon, Booby Hobbs ready to return, and he has the ball at the 26. 23-17. Utes led by Joe Williams back on offense after this. And by Foster Farms, the new comfort food. 23-17. This is the Foster Farms Bowl. And the Utah Utes with the lead as they take the field on offense once again. The numbers for Troy Williams and the numbers for Joe Williams. He's closing in on 100. Tyler Huntley in at quarterback for Utah. And Huntley decides to run it. And this kid's got a burst, Joel.
He does. He does. Very athletic, a playmaker. He was the guy who I said earlier, Dennis Erickson recruited from the Florida area.
I know you're going to think that I'm crazy when I say this.
What's that?
But he's got a Lamar Jackson burst.
Ooh, okay. I mean, I'm going to let you go with that one. I'm not going to do that to Lamar.
or to Tyler.
Or to Tyler, exactly.
Here's Joe Williams. And he picks up the 1st down, goes over 100 yards. His 6th 100-yard game in 7 games since unretiring.
Yeah, great run again. And this guy has the unique ability to exploit a defense on the outside and also get small and exploit the tight areas in the inside run with the same amount of explosion. You saw that on the last play. Finds that small area, and he bursts forward for a 1st down.
1st down to the 45. Huntley picks up the 1st down.
I mean, I see you looking at it. I'm not doing that to Huntley yet. I mean, Lamar is so explosive. He was as dynamic a runner as we've seen in college football from the quarterback position, maybe ever. And that's why he won the Heisman Trophy. Huntley clearly has some great athleticism. And, Gus, you're right, a great burst. And you see that. His first step or two, once he makes his decision to run the ball, is very dynamic, which is why they loved him in recruiting. And they thought it was great when they got it.
And this is Moss with the 1st down. And did he fumble? Yes. Who's got it?
No. Back up.
Indiana
Vikings defense does it again. Constant pursuit, constant energy, and they get another takeaway. He preaches it, and they're coming home with the football. Welcome back. During the break, we actually had a replay, and the replay was confirmed that Indiana had in fact caused and recovered the fumble. So Richard Lagow back on the field for the Hoosiers, down 6.
First down and 10 at the 40. Divine Redding in the backfield. Here's Redding. And one thing I can say about the officiating tonight, especially in replay, they're getting these calls quickly.
They are, and I love that they didn't mess around with that call because it wasn't super concise, but as Mike Pereira will tell you, who's sitting right here with us in the booth, they've done a great job tonight, haven't they, Mike?
Yeah, no question there.
Here's Lagow underneath, and this is caught by Westbrook. Mike, and I know you wanted to say some positive things about one of our replay guys that is getting ready to call it quits.
Yeah, we'll talk about Mike McGinnis here in a second.
Redding, Indiana playing fast. Michael, go ahead.
You know, he has made 2 decisions tonight, good decisions. 25 years he's worked in the SEC. This is his last game. He worked the SEC championship game in replay. He was a line judge for 15 years in replay for now 10.
Lagow going down the field, incomplete.
And I just have to tell you, you know, we talk so much about officials. This is a class gentleman who has been so well respected in the SEC. And really, on behalf of Fox, I mean, we just like to thank him for all that he has done. Been married to his wife, Pat, for 48 years. And so now in the fall, he's going to be home with Pat and get some deserved time.
Well done, Mike. Congratulations on a great career.
Third down 5 at the 44. Poor Pat. Here's Lagow. And it's caught by Brookins.
Nice pickup there. And for the first time really all game on a third down, we see Lagow get the ball on the perimeter accurately for a first down.
Brookins. And Brookins tackled from behind. Nicely done, Lowell Lotulelei.
Well, what a great player he is. Of course, the younger brother of Star Lotulelei, who starred at University of Utah before going into the National Football League. Lowell has had maybe a down year production-wise, but that's largely due to injuries. He's been suffering through quite a number of injuries and hasn't quite had the year that he wanted to.
Second down and 12. Lagow steps up, delivers, incomplete. Ball had a lot of spin on it. Donovan Hale, the intended receiver.
Lagow's got a big arm, but what generally happens with young guys, remember Lagow, while being a junior, was in the junior college ranks last year, so he's developing like a young player, like a freshman or sophomore. And a lot of times when you get a guy with a big arm like Lagow has, he hasn't developed the touch and the footwork yet, and that's where he's trying to develop. And those are the things that you really lean on in these situations. Big third downs and long yardage when you've got to get the ball down the field in tight windows.
Third down and 12 to the 35. Lagow over the middle. Great throw. Nick Westbrook with the catch. But Richard Lagow put that one on the money.
I asked him before the game, what's your favorite play in third down? He said, any play where I can throw in rhythm, and that's exactly what he did there. He threw in rhythm. He got balanced, and then he used that big arm, and he fired it down the field. A perfect pass for a completion, and more importantly, moving the chains.
A 19-yard gain. Westbrook, 4 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. First down at the Utah 16 for IU. Lagow in trouble and just throws it away.
A great decision as Pisoni Tassini was bearing down on him, number 59, providing a lot of pressure. And here's the coverage down the field. He's trying to get the ball down on that double move to the tight end, number 84, Danny Friend. But Chase Hansen, 22, the safety, didn't bite on the first move, and Lego had nowhere to go with the ball.
2nd and 10 at the 16. Redding, the single setback. They give it to him. Redding cuts it inside. Redding still moving, and he powers his way inside the Utah 5, and a first down for Indiana.
But a great job by that offensive line. Redding found the hole, gets the seam, and then some tough running, gets it all the way inside the 5-yard line.
First down and goal. Redding, can he hold on? Yes! Touchdown Hoosiers!
Dan Feeney, the All-American, watch him move to his left, and he actually makes one block and then gets up to the second level. Here he blocks Dimmick, and then he gets up to the linebacker. So one guy blocking two, and Redding gets into the end zone.
This for the lead. Griffin Oaks. And Indiana goes out in front. IU won 3 games this year when trailing after 3. They trailed 23-17 after 3 tonight. A little over 10 minutes to play in the Foster Farms Bowl, and it's been a terrific game. Indiana taking the lead. 3 wins for the Hoosiers this season after trailing in the 4th quarter. So they've shown an ability to come back in games.
Some resilience by Lego. A couple of huge completions on that last series to keep the drive alive. Gus on the way to that touchdown and the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Remember, under Kyle Whittingham, the Utes have been sensational on special teams.
I want to go back to the last drive. The biggest play was a 3rd down, and it's our AT&T call of the game. On 3rd down and long, Utah tends to have 2 safeties deep, which is a departure from their normal system. So what you can do is isolate one defender. Once you do that, you get a wide receiver to come in right here and then over the top, and it isolates this defender, and you can get that open area for Lego to drive the ball. And it's a first down. Terrific call from the sidelines. The offensive coordinator, Kevin Johns. And then the execution from Richard Lego.
First down and 10 to the 25. And here's Joe Williams. Williams to the 35. And out of bounds. Whew. Joe Williams with an 18-yard run. He's well over 100 yards rushing.
And when those big linemen start to pull for him, that's when they're at their best, is when they're running to the right side, allowing the left guard, Isaac Asiata, the Morris Trophy Award winner as the Pac-12's most dominant lineman. When they pull Big 54 around and let Joe Williams run behind him, Utah is virtually unstoppable.
First down and 10 at the 43. Joe Williams again. Breaks it inside, gets to midfield, and a first down. He's at the Indiana 46.
They're going to try to do that again. Now, what's interesting is Indiana tries to blow it up by getting penetration up the field, and Williams alertly moves to his right, and then he finds Asiata again, watches his block, and gets vertical for another first down.
Joe Williams with 141 yards rushing. First down and 10 at the 46. Williams straight ahead this time. Williams still moving. Joe Williams fumbled the ball. Was he down? No, they say.
Great hustle by Indiana down the field. Number 9, Jonathan Crawford, and number 3, Tyler Green are the ones in on the tackle. Crawford is the one that's pulling that up, but look at that knee that was down. You know what's hard, though, Gus, is that you do not see where the ball actually is when the knee is on the ground. This will be a much better shot to see where control is lost. And again, no shot of
the previous play is under further review. The ruling on the field was a fumble recovered by Indiana.
Mike Pereira, your thoughts?
As Joel is saying, same thing. Listen, I think he's down, but you've got to be able to see the ball to see when it comes loose. Remember now, in replay, you go in under to review it. Mike McGinnis does, assuming that the call on the field is right. It's got to be 100% sure it's wrong. Looking for every look to see if you can see the ball in his hands. Maybe there he got the look that he would need to overturn that. But I'll tell you, as you look at this, find the ball.
You know, would they even go with movement? You know, listen, that is a tough call for Mike McGinnis.
It really is. You've got to. That's the best one there. The assumption is that he is. The assumption is that he is. To me, that he's down, and this is really close.
Biggest call in the game right now.
Yeah, I just think you have to stay with it.
I'm with you. I think he's down. Yeah. I don't think you can overturn it, though.
I think you get a little bit of a look that the ball might be coming out just when the shin hits. And again, this is the one, Joe, by the way, you look for a hint. What do you look for? You look for the referee to see if they're going to be writing down a lot of stuff before he makes his announcement, by the way. So you got David Smith taking a look here. Didn't write down too much, by the way.
Here we go.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Fumble, first down, Indiana.
Tom Allen's defense forcing another turnover. That's 4 on the night. 7 combined turnovers, most in Foster Farms Bowl history.
And Joe Williams, who had a problem with fumbles to begin the season, even late into last year, fumbled against Colorado, and then it rears its ugly head here again late, and he has been sensational. 22 carries, 156 yards, and that one was oh so close.
First down and 10 at the 29 for Indiana. Can Utah get their offensive ball back? Lego over the middle, caught with running room, and this is Ian Thomas. A 19-yard gain.
Now you're starting to see Lego play with a little bit of rhythm. And this is where he gets hot. The tempo, the rhythm, and he starts finding those receivers down the field.
First down at the 48, Redding. And Redding gets to the Utah 44. Chase Hansen with the tackle. Are you surprised that Indiana's been able to run it on them this way?
I have. You know, when you look at the rushing yards per play, it's still under 4, so Utah has done a great job, but Indiana has just stuck with it. They've had a commitment to run the ball.
Second and 4. Redding. Oh, what a tackle. Lua-Futasanga. A loss of 5.
Kavika Lua-Futasanga from Hawaii, and again, just like a missile, and that's because there's no threat of quarterback run with Lego in the game. That's why Diamont came in earlier in the game to give them that danger.
A big play, 3rd and 9. Lego hit as he throws in the air. Incomplete. Ricky Jones almost had it, but there's a flag in the Indiana backfield, and this may be a face mask.
Yeah, I think it is. Both of the Utah defenders that were in getting after Lego went high, and I thought number 50, Pita Taumoepenu, grabbed the face mask of Lego right when he threw the ball.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, number 50. Penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Well, they call it roughing, but this is certainly more of a face mask than it is roughing. Right there, look at him turn the face mask, and he goes up high. I understand that it can fall under both categories there, but the grab of the face mask, there's the contact high to the face, and then he pulls the face mask down around. Excellent call either way.
So a first down for the Hoosiers. Brookins weaving his way as he crosses the 30.
Yeah, this offensive line has done a great job establishing the run here in the second half.
7:37 to play. Brookins again trying to hop through the hole. And that'll bring up third down and short.
And on third down and short, this is when I think tempo is your best asset. Get up there and snap the ball, hand it to Brookins again, and get an easier first down, but they're going to slow it down. Now this allows Utah to line up more efficiently, and that Utah defense has been very stout against the run.
Third down and 1 for Indiana. 7:07 to go in the fourth. Brookins in the backfield. Brookins looking, and he has the first down. Stopped by Chase Hansen.
Boy, Dan Feeney is just such a good player. They're playing so fast that it's hard to show the replays of the offensive line, but 67, Dan Feeney is the one that opened up that hole. He mashed the entire defensive line down to his left, and that's where Brookins cut back off the right for a first down.
First down at the 23. Redding back in the game and running back. Lego in the corner for Page.
Just out of his reach. Page ran a great route. Good coverage as well down the field. Justin Thomas, the senior from Orange, Texas, the nickelback who's been matched up with Mitchell Page most of the night. Good coverage down the field there in the end zone.
2nd and 10. Page in motion. Redding. Ooh, he got drilled at the line of scrimmage by Lotulelei.
My goodness, Lotulelei, 310 pounds. He sheds the block and pow! Nowhere to go for Divine Redding.
Third down and 10 at the 23. Big play for the Indiana offense. Utes need to get off the field. Lego, empty backfield, out of the shotgun. Looks, screen, incomplete. Mitchell Page, the intended receiver. And now the field goal unit comes on for the Hoosiers.
I mean, this is set up perfectly. Your best attribute as a quarterback in the screen game is patience. He just throws it too quickly. Look at that. If he just lets it set up, he's going to have Page working up the field in wide open space. Even Dimmick, who reads the screens beautifully, was behind the play. But Lego didn't let it materialize and threw the ball too soon.
So Griffin Oaks comes in to attempt a 40-yarder. And he pushed it. No good. 5:34 to go in the Foster Farms Bowl. And we've got a one-point game. The Foster Farms Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Powerade. Hydrate with Powerade and leave it all on the field. Powerade, power through. By Progressive, handing off big savings to you. And by AT&T. Utah takes over at their own 23. Here's the question for you, partner. Utes down by 1. Where do they need to go to get in the Andy Phillips range?
Well, I think that we saw the edge of that range earlier. What was it? A 48-yarder that just barely crept through. He's 4 of 4 from 50 in his career if they get to about the 33-yard line, 34-yard line, I think that they would attempt it.
Joe Williams. And Joe Williams! Joe Williams picked up a big chunk there as he gets to the 44. Kyle Whittingham showing confidence in the senior after he fumbled the football.
They went right back to him, and rightly so. He found a big hole. Great job by the offensive line. They pulled both the left guard and the left tackle, Garrett Bowles and Isaac Asiata, for the big gain for Joe Williams.
First down and 10 at the 44. Williams with 179 yards rushing. He'll run it again. And we've seen this Utah team over the last couple of years have game-defining drives in which they don't try to trick you. They run it right at you.
Well, they put the game not only in their running backs' hands, but their offensive line's hands. I thought they were going to do that at the end of the first half. It was about this moment, about 4.5 minutes left in the first half. They had the ball in good field position. I thought it was going to be a Joe Williams drive. We'll see if they learn their lesson and go that direction here.
Joe Williams. And Williams, another first down for Utah as they get closer to Andy Phillips' range. Tony Fields with the tackle.
And this is that odd scenario where as a quarterback you've got to manage the clock. Troy Williams is in a situation where he's down by 1, but he's not looking to operate with any sort of urgency. You can take a lot of the play clock, run a lot of this game clock down to try to get into field goal range or even a score with a touchdown.
First down at the 45, and they're running with Troy McCormick. And McCormick picks up 3 yards on the play.
McCormick was injured earlier in the year along with Zach Moss. All those injuries that hit that running back position that brought Joe Williams back out of retirement in the first place. But now some of those guys are healthy and able to spell big number 28 when he needs a breath.
2nd and 7 at the 42. McCormick remains in the game and runs it. Flag on the play.
Like it's going to be a hold.
Tell you what, Ralph Green has had an outstanding game tonight. Big fella, 6'5" from San Antonio.
300-pounders played with energy, a high motor.
Holt, number 75 on the offense. Penalty is 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay, second down.
Okay, they're going to get Nick Nowakowski, but watch right here. Green is actually trying to pull around from his defensive line position, and Nowakowski's not ready for it, so he's got to lunge and dive after him, and right there, he grabs the jersey, and the flag comes out. The umpire tonight has done a heck of a job. Brent Sewell has called a great game from that position.
2nd down and 17, Joe Williams back in for Utah. Troy Williams will throw it underneath, and the ball caught by Raylon Singleton. So they get half of it back.
And a good throw there. That's a confidence builder for Troy Williams here late in this ball game, because they might need him again here. It's a huge 3rd down, and getting inside of the 2.5-minute mark, depending on how close they can get to the chains, this might be an opportunity for Utah to go for it on 4th down as well.
3rd down and 7 at the 42. They need to go to the 35 for a first down. Troy Williams in the shotgun. Gives it to Joe Williams. Joe Williams! Still on his feet. Joe Williams! What a run! Down inside the Indiana 10.
What a run. Balance, talent, toughness, relentlessness, everything. And some ball security right there. See, it got loose, and then all of a sudden that second hand came up to the ball. And he said that ball is not hitting the ground this time.
26 carries, 222 yards rushing, and a touchdown for Joe Williams. A Foster Farms Bowl record. First and goal at the 10. And this is McCormick. Indiana strings it out and knocks him out of bounds with 1:39 to go.
You know, they're going with Tyler Huntley right now at quarterback. The only reason I question that is because this is a management situation. This is where you tell your guys you don't want to run out of bounds. And a young guy in McCormick, he runs out of bounds because you don't want the clock to stop. The last thing you want to do is get forced to kick a field goal with 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
Remember, though, Tyler Huntley has incredible speed. Second and goal at the 11. Huntley runs it. And Huntley, only a couple. And Indiana calls a timeout with 1:34 to go. 24-23. Can the Hoosiers hold on? We'll see right after this. The Foster Farms Bowl has been a classic. The Indiana Hoosiers out of the Big Ten with a 1-point lead, but Utah knocking on the door. Joe Williams back in the game with 222 yards rushing. Third down, goal at the 11. Huntley, the quarterback, sprints out, wants to run it, and gains 1.5 yards, maybe 2.
You know, that I go back to that first down play. Huntley was in the game. McCormick runs out of bounds. It saved a timeout for Indiana. They take another one here.
With 1:28 remaining, Andy Phillips, who's been a hero tonight, 3 for 3 on field goal attempts. This one will be from 27 yards away to give Coach Witt and the Utes the lead. Good snap, clean hole, got it up. And he made it! Andy Phillips, he hooked that one in, barely. And Utah takes a 26-24 advantage with 1 minute and 24 to go.
Wow, that was close. They call him Automatic Andy. But just inside the left upright. And Andy Phillips is 4 for 4 tonight for Kyle Whittingham. What a drive. Spearheaded by Joe Williams. What a sensational effort from Williams tonight. Phillips has been terrific, and now Utah with a 2-point lead. But a lot of time.
Indiana with 1 timeout remaining.
Lego with that big arm. They were able to use 2 timeouts. But hold on to one of them. And 1 minute 24 is an eternity in college football.
Hayes Hicken will kick it away. Ricky Jones and Devontae Williams are the deep men. Richard Lego. And this ball picked up at the 11. Williams. And Williams with a good return gets it to the 30. So a timeout remaining for Richard Lego. And Indiana down by 2. 1:16 to play. Strategy-wise, what do you do here if you're the Indiana offense?
The important thing to know if you're Richard Lego is that the entire field is at your disposal until you don't have a timeout left. So you can use a check down short in the middle of the field. You can throw it deep over the middle of the field. You can use the exterior outside the numbers. Use what Utah gives you.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Lego on 1st down, and he's sacked. 3rd of the game. Wow. Filippo Mokafisi.
And they were just rushing 4, and they were playing deep cover sack, but effort up front gets to the quarterback.
A loss of 9. Lego. And incomplete. Westbrook got drilled. Hansen just throwing his body around.
Boy, Hansen and Westbrook went up for the ball, and that's the collision. That was the same type of a route that they threw on that big third down conversion on their last touchdown drive, but Hansen was ready for it this time.
Chase Hansen, Joel, we've seen him all season. He's one of the toughest kids we've seen in college football this year.
Great athlete. Came into tonight's ball game with 86 tackles on the season, 216-pounder. He missed spring camp last year recovering from a season-ending injury, but came in and just played terrific all year long at his safety position. And now he'll have to come out, and likely we'll see Jordan Fogle, number 13, come in the ball game at safety, who filled in when Marcus Williams was injured against UCLA and had a couple of interceptions in that ball game.
So that'll make it a third down and 19 for Indiana with 50 seconds remaining from the 21.
Don't have to get all of it back here. Remember, this is 4-down territory. You can get halves. You can get whatever you can on this play and look to snap it on 4th down as well.
Lego out of the shotgun. Lego underneath. Page trying to get out of bounds. And he goes down at the 30-yard line. IU quickly getting back to the line.
They should have used their timeout right there.
4th down and 10. Do or die for Indiana. Play fake. Lego lets it go. And it's caught by Page for 1st down. Now they'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Clock stops while the ball is marked.
They're going to try to run another play. Lots of time being taken up.
Lego throws and incomplete.
They wasted about 15 to 20 seconds in the last couple of plays, and now you're sitting there still with your timeout and only 13 seconds to play.
Second and 10. Indiana needs a miracle. Lego steps up, in trouble, stays on his feet. And the ball is caught. Wow. At the 47. What a throw by Richard Lego, Ricky Jones.
What a huge completion, because that moves it into an area of the field that it's much easier to push the ball into range with just 5 seconds left. Now you can throw an out route possibly in 3 or 4 seconds and still have a second to attempt a long field goal. What a huge completion.
Remember, Griffin Oaks kicked a career-long and school record 58-yarder as a freshman in 2014.
Because I think you need 10 yards to be comfortable, 7 to try his career long. So something quick on the outside. I think you can do that in 5 seconds. Utah's got everybody back deep. I would throw something short and to the sidelines as quick as possible.
Lego. He's got Page as the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Lego. He's going to throw the Hail Mary.
Prior to the snap, false start. 54 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's not a
Please
runoff.
reset the game clock to 5 seconds. 0-5.
Not a runoff situation because that was a dead clock to begin with. The penalty did not stop a running clock, so they'll have this opportunity here.
So it looks like Indiana is going to throw it into the end zone. Lago trying to get enough time to throw it. Steps up. Unloads, and he's hit as he throws a football. Incomplete. Kavika. Luafatasanga with the final play. And the Utes win the Foster Farms Bowl 26-24. On a night where Joe Williams rushed for 222 yards on 26 carries and a touchdown, Andy Phillips, the hero, 4 for 4, including the game winner with 1:24 to go in this football game. (26-24) the final. Utah defeats Indiana. Joe Williams says goodbye. And what a way to say goodbye. And let's go downstairs for the Taste of Winning, sponsored by Coca-Cola. Here's Shannon Spake.
Well, Joe Williams, he's a smart guy. Went and said hello to his fiance first before this interview. You know, you talked to me so many times this season about coming back from retirement, how you were playing with a different fire.
Yeah.
What kind of fire did you have on that last offensive drive, all those runs?
Like Jordan in the 97 flu game. You know, I've been battling a pretty bad cold since we got into San Fran, and you know, it was really just to finish off strong. You know, I'm being a senior and this being the last game with my boys, and you know, just leaving a bit of the legacy that I was trying to leave. You know, just go out and give Coach Wood another bowl game win.
What are you going to remember most about this season, Joe?
Just the love and camaraderie from all of my fans and my family, you know, that being there with me every step of the way. You know, it was just so awesome just to be able to leave and come back and still have that same support, you know, that I've had my whole life. You know, I'll always be grateful for forever you.
You told me so many times, absolutely no regrets with what happened. How do you think that that's going to make you better for the next level when you play in the NFL?
You know,
did I set you up there?
You know, just to always have that fire. You know, everything happens for a reason. You know, regardless of what the outcome may be. You know, I just have that personality to just keep fighting. And that's what being a Williams is. That's what Pops always tells me.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Shannon.
Back to you.
All right, Shannon. And that brings us to our progressive performance of the game, and it goes to, guess who? He's no average Joe, folks. Joe Williams, what a night. 26 carries, 222 yards rushing, and a touchdown. Our performance of the game goes to Joe Williams in his final game as a member of the Utah Utes football team. The final score here in Santa Clara, Utah 26, Indiana 24. We'll be back with more coverage, including the trophy presentation from the 2016 Foster Farms Bowl after these messages. 26-24, Utah defeats Indiana in the Foster Farms Bowl. Let's go downstairs to Joel Klatt for the trophy presentation.
All right, thank you, Gus. And welcome down to the field here at the Foster Farms Bowl, site of an unbelievable matchup and a terrific game between the Big Ten's Indiana Hoosiers and the Pac-12's Utah Utes. It's been a fantastic week here in the San Francisco area, capped off by this great game. And a huge thanks to our title sponsor, Foster Farms, and to help present tonight's trophy for the Foster Farms Bowl champions, the CEO of Foster Farms, Mr. Laura Flanagan.
What an amazing, exciting game tonight. Special thank you to the San Francisco 49ers, to the Fox organization, and most importantly, to all the loyal fans of Utah and Indiana. Your great spirit tonight not only supported your teams, but it helped our local communities in the fight against hunger. Because ticket sales from tonight's game help provide thousands of meals to those in need. So thank you for helping in the fight against hunger. A special recognition and congratulations to the Indiana team for a well-played, hard-fought, heart-stopping game tonight. And now, for the moment we have all been waiting for, a very special congratulations to the Utah Utes for an outstanding game. Your teamwork, your dedication, and your outstanding play paid off. And it is with great pride and honor that we at Foster Farms present the Foster Farms Bowl Championship Trophy to the Utah Utes.
Coach, I'm going to have you come up real quick. What an amazing game it was. Your players played so hard. Coach Whittingham, you're now 10-1 in bowl game. This group of seniors goes out with a victory, and a hard-fought victory at that. What an amazing fourth quarter, wasn't it?
It was, and they just kept hanging in there. We didn't play perfect by any stretch, but Joe ran hard. Joe was sick all last night. We weren't even sure if he was going to play. And he must have had 200 yards tonight plus. And the way the offensive line continued to block, we turned the ball over way too many times. Didn't start the game ideally on the fumble on the kickoff, but found a way to win, bottom line.
Something would tell me Coach Whittingham was going to find the things to complain about this victory. Hard-fought victory. But I got to tell you, your team fought extremely hard. And the offensive line in the end opened up those holes for Joe. He was terrific in that fourth quarter. And you guys won it really the Utah way with toughness.
We did. And it was a great job by our defense getting critical stops. Came away with 3 takeaways of our own. Andy Phillips, 4 field goals. That was huge. That was the difference in the game.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, Joel. Appreciate it.
Now we move towards the players of the game. Defensively tonight, actually in a losing effort from Indiana, Tigray Scales is our most valuable defensive player in the Foster Farms Bowl with 3 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. An outstanding effort from Tigray Scales. And your offensive MVP with 222 yards rushing, a Foster Farms Bowl record in his last game in a Utah uniform, Joe Williams. Joe, you guys played a remarkable fourth quarter. In particular, you on that last drive, a couple of long runs. We could see that you were hurting a little bit. I know you're under the weather. Talk about your offensive line. They were just sensational with some of those holes that you were getting.
Oh, it's what I've been saying every whole season. They do everything. They just make a new line of scrimmage, and the trophy really goes out to them. I love all 5 of them. They've brought me back with open arms, and they just made my life a whole lot easier coming back here.
You maybe had the most interesting road of any player in college football. the retirement, then the unretirement, and now he's back. And you had a remarkable season. Congratulations and best of luck in your future, bud.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe.
Congratulations again to Joe Williams, Kyle Whittingham, the Utah Utes. On behalf of Fox Sports, I want to thank the San Francisco 49ers organization, Al Guido, the president, Jamie Brandt, everything that Ryan Opelt, the executive director of this Foster Farms Bowl, did to make this a wonderful week. Foster Farms for their sponsorship and hosting just a wonderful bowl week here in San Francisco. And on behalf of Fox Sports, thank you for watching, and congratulations to the 2016 Foster Farms Bowl champion, Utah Utes. Rob?
All right, Joe, well done. And hey, Joe, where you going with that ball in your hand? He also had 56 yards receiving. It counted for 59% of Utah's scrimmage yards. It's another 9-win campaign for the Utah Utes. Andy Phillips with 4 field goals. Utah takes care of a scrappy Indiana team. It's really the kind of team we've seen from the Hoosiers all year long. Plenty more from the 4 of us on the post-game show coming up. But it's Utah victorious tonight, just outside of San Francisco, 26-24 over the Hoosiers.